Dennis, it's Farage the Farage. Here goes.
Hi, Nigel. With North Korea and China pledging unconditional support to Putin, how do you think that the West should respond if, or more likely when, China invade Taiwan?
I'm really worried about this, and I think if you look at the economic data coming out of China, youth unemployment, the last figures we got, 21%, huge property crashes happening. China had this amazing period of growth, but it was massively overgeared. There's a big economic reckoning coming, and I genuinely believe that. And that, I think, makes the invasion of Taiwan that much more likely. I think it'll happen next year. I do, and I hope to goodness I'm wrong. And I suspect that what we're seeing is Russia, China, North Korea, South Africa, a very, very big coalition is building against us. And India, I'm not sure which way India is going to go on this. So I'm deeply worried about it. My suspicion is, you asked me a question about reaction, my suspicion is if China invades Taiwan, the West does very little, is my view. What's yours?
Well, I think we should stand with Taiwan, definitely. But the problem is, through lack of good leadership over the last few decades, probably, we've depleted our ability so much. I don't think we can. And our daughter's joining the RAF, so it's poignant to us.
Yeah, well, look, we've cut, 13 years of Conservative government, and we've cut back our forces in the most astonishing way. But the key to this is how America reacts, and if Joe Biden's still in the White House, they will do nothing, and they will not perceive a threat, is my view. Dennis, thank you for a very important question. Jim.
Good evening, Nigel, everybody. Those watching at home, I may be wrong, Ian, correct me if I'm wrong, but why is it that people that live in London, and the vast majority are foreigners anyway, that are not born and raised here and paid a lot into the country like I have, you have, and everybody here, why is it they get free travel from the age of 60? People like myself from Cambridge live in the sticks, we have to wait till we're 66.
Yeah, look, I think actually the whole free travel thing at the age of 60 in London, and there are different parts of London, but in many cases, people in London are much better off than people living out in the sticks.
Absolutely, they are.
It's a funny thing. Taking benefits away from people is rather like getting a bone back from an Alsatian. It's a really, really tricky thing to do. But frankly, I don't think... I'm 60 next birthday.
Young man.
Well, thank you.
Chicken, dare I say.
I haven't been called that for years. I'm 60 next birthday. I've got a decent job, a decent income. I'm fitter than I deserve to be given my lifestyle. And I don't think I should be entitled to free travel from my 60th birthday. So I don't think the state can keep...
But why is it for the Londoners?
Well...
Because they've got great transport system anyway compared to us out in the sticks.
No, I get all of that. I get all of that.
But we have to wait till we're 66. That's
I know.
6 years older.
I know.
And because they earn better money, most of them in London.
How old are you, Jim?
Huh?
How old are you?
67, coming on 68.
So you've got a pass now?
I have.
Oh, there we are.
But I would have liked to have got it when I was 60.
Okay.
No, wait until I was 66.
Well,
I might have a few shekels in my pocket then.
I'm going to take issue.
But now I'm Brassic Lynn.
I'm going to take issue with
Looks
you.
can be deceiving.
I don't think the state can go on giving away freebies like this. I think universal benefits are ridiculous. I think these things ought to be means tested in some way. We are massively in debt as a country.
Crazy.
Our debt interest this year is going to be £110 billion.
Why is the rule so different?
Well, the rule's different because you vote for different people and we have devolved powers. Unfair, yes.
We all live on the same island.
But well, we don't anymore politically because we have Scottish Parliament, a Welsh Parliament.
And there's another bone of contention. Why do the Welsh and the Scottish get free prescriptions and we don't?
Jim.
I'm going to bang the drum.
George, all I can say is follow Jim. But I get it, yeah, free prescriptions, university fees, no, we could go on forever.
Exactly.
Hi, Nigel. As a young man, I was born in this country, lived here all my life, but I feel betrayed by it. Because, this country houses and funds the small boat migrants. Right, they put them up in luxury hotels, whereas young people like myself, we've got to scrape and claw for every opportunity we get. So what I'd like to know is when and why did this country decide we're going to choose migrants over our own youth?
This is a perception shared by a vast majority of the population, except for those people Jim was talking about. Somehow, in central London, there is a completely new mindset that has taken hold. It's deeply embedded in much of our media. It's deeply embedded in much of our parliament. It seems to be even more deeply embedded in our courts and some of our judges, which is that the concept that you should put your own people first is somehow small-minded, petty, and verging on racism. And I'm sick of this narrative about how bloody awful we are as a country, how ghastly our history is. Compare us to the rest of Europe and most of the rest of the world. I think we are actually, generally, the most easygoing, tolerant, nice people you could ever meet anywhere in the world. But, George, the one thing we hate is unfairness. And you put your finger on something deeply unfair. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay. Alison.
Hi, Nigel.
Good evening.
Do you think the forthcoming online safety bill will affect the content on GB News?
Well, I suppose really, Ofcom will be the ultimate arbiter of that. The online safety bill is an incredibly difficult piece of legislation. How the hell do you regulate what's going on the Wild West? How do you regulate? How do you stop, the criminal traffickers using TikTok? Because you close down one account, they open another one. It is very, very difficult. Well-intentioned legislation, but very, very difficult. Our problem is not going to be that. Our problem could be the regulator. To date, we've not had too many problems, but right now, the regulator, Ofcom, have decided they're going to fight us all the way against us on the campaign for Don't Kill Cash. So, Sky News can campaign on the climate, other channels can campaign on whatever they like, and apparently we're wrong to campaign for people to go on taking cash. We've no wish to go to war with the regulators, with the government, with anybody. And I think, Alison, and I hope I can say this honestly, that whilst we are a channel where people have opinions and aren't afraid to express them, we're also very much a channel for free speech. I let people on my programme I fundamentally disagree with. I don't get them on for a punch-up. You can watch a chap on Talk TV for that. He does it every night at 8 o'clock. We genuinely want to hear what people have to say, and I think whatever battles we have with Ofcom, I believe, going back to that principle of fairness and decency that I discussed with George, I believe we will come out on the right side of it, and I think we're a growing media organisation with a growing level of influence, and I think our viewers and our listeners are really becoming very strongly attracted to what we do. And I thank you and all of you for being our supporters. Thank you.